Senator Cruz's home state of Texas. Take a look.
The bottom line is Texas thought it could go at it alone and built a system that ignored climate change. It was not what's called resilient. And now Texas is paying the price. I hope they learn the lesson. When we build power, when we build anything now, we have to take into account that climate change is real, or people will be caught the way the people in Texas were.
It's exactly the wrong analysis. Here with reaction, Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Senator, Texas, rightly, and I would highly recommend you stay this way, stayed away from federal bureaucracy as it relates to your power grid, and I would advise strongly you continue to stay that way. That's not what the problem really was, is it?
Well, that's exactly right. Chuck Schumer there was engaged in all politics and not focused on facts or reality. The facts or reality are that Texas has some of the lowest energy prices in the country. The cost of living is affordable. There's a reason people are fleeing the state of New York. There's a reason people are fleeing the state of California, because the cost of living is so high that working men and women can't afford to be there, whereas in Texas, the cost of living is much, much lower. Now, we just came off of a very difficult week where the grid failed 4 million Texans. And so we need to have a serious examination about why that was, why the grid came short. But one of the major elements of that is actually the policy that Schumer is pushing for the whole country, which is the Green New Deal. You look at Texas right now, about 25% of our electricity capacity is wind. And yet, in the middle of this storm, that capacity dropped all the way down to 2%. You want to talk about reliability. The reality was in the cold, the wind turbines froze, and the power generation wasn't there. That needs to be fixed. And by the way, that's the solution Schumer is trying to force on the whole country. And right now, the Democrats want to federalize power in the state of Texas. We need to make sure this never happens again, that you don't have 4 million people losing their power. And I got to say, Texans are ticked off that the energy capital of the world, that our grid didn't meet the energy needs of our state. And I'm confident Texas is going to make sure that doesn't happen again, not by doubling the cost of people's electricity bills, but by making the grid more reliable and more resilient.